My name is Reverend Canon Silva Onyechekwe. I'm a minister of the gospel with the Anglican Communion, and that's my beloved wife, Mrs. Crystal Onyechekwe. Over a period of time, I started noticing that something was not right with my system. I noticed my system was shutting down, everything was breaking down, and then I was unable to do a lot of things. Briefly, I would say that my heart condition was awful. My right kidney side here was also bad. I was beginning to develop, breasts, and then not only develop my breasts, but then the breasts were swelling and giving me horrible pain. I also noticed that I wasn't getting enough sleep. I was having pain everywhere, every part of my body. My muscles were beginning to lose their mobility. Action wasn't there anymore. I realized that the motor action in my body also was going down. Then arthritis was gaining ground more and more and more. One thing that really scared me over time was when I started noticing that I was suffering also memory loss. I would start out with my wife going somewhere, and halfway I would begin to ask her, wait a minute, where were we headed? Where were we going? And she would look at me kind of, you mean? I said, you better say it right now because I'm at the junction, I don't know where to go. And she said, okay, we're heading this way, and I'll pick up again and go. Then I noticed also that my limbs were beginning to stiffen. In class, while teaching the students, I started noticing that I was forgetting a lot of things. I would start out there, make a sentence halfway, and then begin to wonder what was going on. I lifted my hand to write on the whiteboard became impossible. Standing became impossible. I would ask them to get in a seat. I would sit down, talk halfway, and in the middle of a sentence, slip off, and the students would be looking at me. Driving became something very, very difficult. As my reflexes had gone down, I would see somebody or a situation that I needed to slam the brake, but then I would send a signal, but I wouldn't be able to do that. So quite often I noticed that I would either bump into somebody or run into the bush. Then I decided, well, it's high time I stopped driving. My wife was driving me about until it came to the situation where, the point where I would lie down to sleep and wouldn't be able to move my limbs. Okay? I'd cry out, call her to help me. Thank God she's a nurse. She knew what to do here and there and how to manage me. I remember situations or times when they would come and help me, lift me up in order to walk. And then I noticed that urine would begin to trickle because I was also losing control of that. But the one that was worse than everything was going into my office as a priest, standing out there well-clad, well-robed, and then being unable to perform my functions. Okay? When I went out to preach, out there, I won't be able to climb the pulpit. I'll share the lectern, and holding the lectern in my hands would be trembling my legs, so and so, I had a demon, big fat legs, okay, like I was wearing oversized rain boots, And these things were there, and after a time, I knew I just couldn't continue. Well, I complained to the university authorities, and then they were so gracious that they had to give me a leave of absence for many months to go take care of myself. I also spoke to my bishop, and he looked at me. He knew that I was really going down. I was really going down, and he approved it. Arrangement was made for me to go to Dubai, to a specialist hospital there, run by Americans, to take care of the situation. Just some 2-3 weeks into that, a friend of mine came and came to talk about a particular health supplement. Having a science background, the biochemistry of what he was saying was what really blew my mind. I looked at the way the big man behind this discovery, Professor Negasawa, how he went about the situation, and I was excited knowing how he was able to combine ribose, a type of sugar, a 5-carbon sugar, with L-cysteine, and then come out with Riboceine was the thing that blew my mind. I'm telling you something. I saw that, I said, this is it. He got me. He got me wholesale. And I said, man, you know what? How do I get this? He said, you don't worry, we'll order it. So I paid it, and then they ordered it. And when it came to me, when the whole pack came to me, I started using it. 2 days into that, I noticed something. That I was able to move my limbs without my wife helping me. 4 days after that, I was climbing out of the bed without her helping me. 1 week after that, I was going down the steps, more like a sailor, the way we're wobbling feet. But then, 2 weeks into that, I asked her to give me the key because I wanted to test my reflex. Went into the car, drove about, and it was beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm telling you, within 1 month, I was on my way back to normalcy. And then today, here am I. One thing I want to say, try it. A trial will convince you. God bless you.
If you like what you've heard, get back to the person who shared this video with you and they can tell you more on how to get started.